Can you go over the importance of footprints in terms of rotating IPs, text spinning as far as bookmarking, blog commenting, articles, etc.? Okay. Um, okay, if you're doing okay, let's talk about rotating IPs. If you're doing bookmarking, don't worry about it because you're only going to be able to submit one site to you don't have to rotate through a ton of IP addresses because you're only going to submit one site at a time to each bookmarking site, so that's not going to be as much of an issue. With blog commenting, you want to watch out because the reason why you want to rotate IP addresses doing blog commenting is because individual blog owners, if they get really annoyed at your comments, like if your comments are really bad, um, you can get your IP address reported to like SpamCop and different different spam databases, and then that spreads among all the blog owners, and then your IP address automatically gets blocked if you try to go to any blog to comment. So that's why you want it, not so much for Google's sake, but for the actual blog owner's sake, you want to rotate your IP addresses. And by the way, while I'm talking about this, if you go into the backlinking section, I have a whole area that talks about blog commenting where you can do it in a way that is not so annoying to blog owners. I would encourage you to watch that. Um, or no, it's not in here. It's in the black hat section. Let me just. I know this is sort of a tangent, but I really um, I don't draw enough attention to this, and it's a great strategy that's sort of a middle ground between complete spam and sort of more ecological kind way to do commenting. And this is right here, using Scrapebox for massive blog comments that will stick. I'd encourage you to watch that video, especially if you're doing blog commenting. Um, it talks about doing it in sort of a more blog owner friendly way. So, but anyway, that's why you want to rotate IPs with blog commenting. Okay, with articles, don't see a reason why you should rotate your IPs. Okay, now as far as text spinning, that is where you really get into footprints, and that's more a Google issue. If you have a lot of the same text that's not spun well or not unique, and you have it spread all over the internet, Google is going to know that that's you and that that is spun content. And it's not like they're going to maybe necessarily target you as an individual, but the algorithm will devalue your stuff if stuff is not spun well or it's completely duplicated, thousands of times across the web. There's just no way that that's going to add value to your site, your SEO campaign. So the more unique you can be, the better, because that's going to avoid a footprint um, um, in Google. So avoid a footprint to Google. So hopefully that answers the question as far as what you mean by footprints. Basically, a footprint is anything that connects your SEO efforts all to each other. You don't want anyone to be able to look and say, hey, this is all the same person doing all these other things. Because the goal with SEO is to basically imitate real life. You want it to look like what happens in real life with a popular site is that lots of different people all over the world, all over the internet, all link voluntarily to your site. And if it looks like one person orchestrated it all, that's obviously not the way that Google wants things to look. So really, I mean, if you think about any kind of link building at all, is pretty much against Google's terms of service. I mean, even if you think you're a white hat link builder, if you're doing link building, you're not doing what Google wants. So, and if you think about it, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous for Google to expect that. I don't think everyone knows that if you just build a website and then upload it to your web host, it doesn't really matter. Nobody's going to find it, unless you get backlinks to it. So, yeah, so that's the